of that nature.
Yeah. I'd like to see an actual, again, as I've said before, I'd like to see a recall actually be used to recall units. I would love to see, and if somebody knows a video of this and would like to send us a message and let us know, please do, of a double recall. And by double recall, I mean you recall units in, snipe a CC or something like that, and then recall the units back out, thereby saving all of your units, doing extreme damage. I'd love to see that. If somebody knows of that, then please let me know. This tank is possibly going to go down here. No, yeah, it's going to go down. Anyways, but that would be great to see. You don't see that very often. So we do see some injured CCs here, and I don't know what's happening on the left expansion. Well, thank you for clicking on that. That actually is not going to be Leta. I was wrong. These, you know, we have green versus teal, so it's not all that great as far as that goes. Wintergreen versus spearmint. All right. I just, you know, whatever. I'm into chewing gum, guys. So kind of some idle SCVs. There is the first science vessel out. It's about freaking time. A little scouting zealot coming out. We are going to see possibly a reaver drop, maybe? Storm drop.
Oh,
nope, picking it up. Oh, and nope, he escaped barely. That was lucky, of course. If you do get EMP'd while you are in a shuttle, wait, hold on.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens, yeah. The shuttle will lose the shield, but the units inside won't. So that's why he loaded him up so quickly. So that, thanks for saving me there, Steve. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm not a Protoss player. Okay, now I know. Anyways, so we do see a little push coming in here. Obviously, at this point, Leta has been able to really turtle down. He's got, you know, turrets galore. He's got tanks. He's got some actual decent mine placement here. We are going to see another recall come in. It looks like they are indicating and a big drop here, a little elevator across the minerals. So this is actually a pretty nice drop here that's going to go up, and it's barely being missed so far. Oh, it looked like a scouting DT there. That was actually a really good move to have that there. So this other base is going to get shelled, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. No probes are going to get lost. Oh, man. And Pure is trying to drop and trying to get some storms and just unable to. Still transferring his probes anyway, but then cloaking them with the Arbiter. Very fast thinking. Cloaking them long enough to move them away, and Leta's not able to get a scan off. There's just too much going on in this game. Thank God this isn't a 4-player map, or my eyes might be popping out. A little recall here. Very interesting. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of explosions, but this is going to be cleaned up. A very small little recall. It looks like also recalling an Arbiter in with it, and that was actually a pretty smart, quick-thinking move by Pure.
That was a pretty cost-effective recall. He only had maybe 4 or 5 Dragoons, but because of those mines, again, Leta's own mines working against him, that wasn't really Leta's fault. He kind of put those mines to protect him. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. Mine's a little too close to the tanks. But overall, Pure's doing a good job. Pure is up in the expansions. Oh, but that expansion is not mining. But you can see that Leta, he's only got that one expansion, really. Okay, two bases, getting up his third. Lots of saturation on both, just because he's only got 2 bases. And there's the EMP again to try to get the Templar, so that Templar has yet to get a single storm in. But he still has it. He can still drop it out right now. There it is. Is it going to get the storm? It does get the storm off, but only one SCV. Yep, only one SCV goes down, so not a very effective storm. Observer going down there. The one good thing is that there are quite a few mineral patches on this side of the map for Leta, so Leta can sit there for a while, but not that much longer. There's only, and not a lot of them have gas. His base in the bottom left, I don't think has gas, and neither does his one in the middle there, I don't think. So I'm not sure how many gases Leta's on, but we got a ton of zealots coming here, a crap load of zealots. That one mine did a lot of damage to those other zealots, but that is a lot of zealots. Dragoons need to back this up, though. There's a lot of vultures there. Oh, big stasis on the vultures. That's a great job if he can get around those units, but unfortunately there's too many tanks in the back, so he got stopped cold there. If he would have had his Dragoons with the zealots, he could have pushed up and killed those vultures at the same time, but his zealots were a little too far ahead of the rest of the pack there. And so he used the stasis to kind of save himself, but then had to back up. It looks like finally some probes getting transferred or created at that other nexus there, and he does have some cannons to protect, so those cannons are really smart. We're going to see Leta probably move these vultures up in the top left to try to take all his probes. Here they go, up the ramp. You can see on the minimap, but they're not showing it.
They're probably mining up
Oh, yep,
right
they're mining up right there. And so those are there to try to take out those probes, but luckily for Pure, he's very smartly put 3 cannons there, so that might be enough to hold off, but he is going to still lose most of the probes there. It looks like he's going to transfer them, but some cannons and a DT, again, very smartly placed DT is going to take care of that. Pure, it's very interesting that Pure has used DTs a lot in this match. You usually see Protoss versus Terran, a lot of High Templar, but not a lot of DTs, but they've actually been pretty effective, like you mentioned earlier, for scouting, for killing tanks, and you know, also another good thing about DTs is it makes the Terran player waste scans, and that's less scans you can use when the Protoss player attacks with his arbiters.
Right.
So, you know, if you make the Terran player waste scans, then when you attack with your big army, he's not going to have the scans to protect himself. So,
yeah,
that's another good purpose of this. It looks like Leta's extended out even farther on the map now, just moving right along from base to base. Again, I'm not sure if... Oh, actually, yeah, those bases do have gas. Huge recall coming in here, though, to stop this base cold. So really nice timed recall. Pure has been very effective with this recall, and he's Psystorming. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why he used both of his Templar there. Maybe a little misclick. He selected both, and kind of wasted the Psystorm there. But he looks like he was trying to catch that Science Vessel. But there is actually a double gas right there at those bottom bases. Right. So Leta did probably have that gas, I think. I'm not sure, though. I don't think his command center was on the right side. So I don't think Leta's been mining a lot of gas lately, honestly. And that's one problem on this map is you can only turtle up in your area for so long. Eventually, you've got to go out. And so I think that kind of favors the Protoss in this case. And this map is also pretty maneuverable. So Protoss is able to get around, especially with recalls, pretty well, and I think that right now the game is in Pure's favor because of that. He can keep moving around. Oh, he's got to be careful of these mines. It looks like, okay, Zealot's taking the brunt of those mines, but he is going to try to bring his army to defend against this. I don't know how all these Vultures got in here. Weak stasis, but these, not paying attention to Pure's A-moving his units up there, so he's lost a lot of units to mines that he didn't need to use.
You know, I think this is a good distraction. Leta is doing an excellent job taking 8 or 9 vultures, able to kill. Wow. And again, mining behind you. Oh, yeah, go over there, Dragoon. Yeah, he just got owned by a mine. Just to correct, it's not an actual double gas. I know you're thinking of Outsider. It is a single gas, and what I was going to say is that in looking at the map, Leta is not using the gas that is at the bottom of his map. Leta actually has very slow gas production. If you look at them building up right now on the stat counter, I love the stat counter, his gas is actually going up a lot slower, and there's a lot more in the bank for Pure. Pure with another huge recall here, and not that great as far as mines go. He's going to be able to sweep down here, and a good EMP, but a little bit too late, obviously, because the recall already went into place, and there are a lot of good defense, and luckily for Leta, nothing was mined out there. It looks like he may be mining it out right now on purpose. I'm not sure, but that mineral patch on the left is going to get mined in a huge storm. Oh my gosh, taking out literally every single SCV at that base. Pure showing that he is a extremely good competitor when it comes to mines. Wow, and a double EMP that looked like. So wow, every single arbiter getting hit, but I think Pure at this point has probably 4 or 5 maybe arbiters, and these vultures are doing a lot of damage with mines. That's one thing Pure needs to look out for. Where are his observers? I have not seen barely any observers of this game, and this base might just go out from straight up unsieged tanks, and I think it is going to go out at this point because it has enough vultures defending it, and there is not going to be a recall. Now Pure at this point could try to go for some sort of counter recall or counter attack, but this is a hard push here coming up, or it might have been, I don't know if there was turrets there, but look at all the green, you guys. There's green surrounding the main, and then another here, a mine taking out 3 Dragoons, like 5 Dragoons, I think, from one mine. A bunch of mines that are going to probably take out some of the other units as well. The command center might go down, but then another attack coming in here by Leta. Leta rushing in. He's going to be able to take down all of these cannons. He is rushing up. This is one of the remaining mining bases, so this is huge for Leta here. If he can take this out from Pure and then go on to take the secondary main on the left side, he's going to be in really good shape.
Well, it looks like Leta just got tired of sitting around. You know, it's really interesting. We didn't see this push a long time ago, but both players were just harassing each other so much. I think Leta even kind of forgot to push because he was just harassing so much, and he thought that would be enough. But this game has gone so long that Leta's in danger of getting mined out, and he's lost some of his expansions, so he really needs this push. He could have done it a long time ago, but he was really content. But now he's built up a big Terran ball, and Pure needs to be careful with his armies. He's got to have his armies together. If he has his armies separated like this, they're just going to die piecemeal. These tanks are going to siege up and own those Dragoons. The earlier recall that was ineffective that got owned by those mines is definitely going to hurt Pure now because, and Pure has no stasis. He's only got 5 Dragoons. We might actually see a defensive recall here.
Yeah, I hope so.
Just to bring his units back to his base, because otherwise his units are just too spread out. Pure does not have an army on the ground. I don't think Pure can handle this. Pure is going to lose his base, and I think he's going to lose the game with it. Not enough units. He has 2 gateways here, but that's not going to be enough to pump anything out, and I really think, again, that recall hurt Pure. He lost like half of his army there, and he lost half of his army in the push, and now his army's coming back, and his army's pinned in with mines and tanks. He's got to get out of this contain just to reinforce his troops, and he can't get out. Good storm there on those clumped up tanks, so wasn't good to lead clumped up those tanks like that, so he is going to break out, but even that army is not enough, and with mines in the way, it's just going to take Pure too long. That base is going to go down already, and so aside from a last-ditch huge recall, I mean, I don't think there's much Pure can do, and even in an elimination match, usually the Terran units are a little more hardy and they can last longer. So right now, I think that Leta has a slightly bigger army and a stronger army on the ground, and that tied with all the units that Pure is just going to lose every once in a while to mines. Every little zealot that goes down to a mine, or every little dragoon that goes down to a mine is just one less unit Pure cannot afford to lose. So it looks like Pure is going to try a last desperate attempt here. He is going to stop this base, which is not honestly that important to Leta at this point, because Leta's kind of just going for the win right now. But it is going to be a little bit of a race, but it looks like Leta's going to actually bring his units back to defend. He's not going to try to go for any elimination. It's just kind of a long distance to get out there. Honestly, Pure I don't think is mining right now.
Maybe one.
Yeah, he's like pretty much not mining. But to be honest, neither is Leta, so we're pretty much just down to units. There's Leta's few little mining SCVs, but again, I think that Leta's